Hello everybody. Do you ever get those days where you don't actually want to do anything too taxing? Today's one of those days. What I've I no, what was the reason? Let me just think what the reason was. The other day, oh yeah, I've been yeah. So sometimes you think, oh, I just want to do something different for a change, just to kind of get some enthusiasm back. I've been learning from this, and then that made me want to actually use it for something useful. So then I got out my old Arduino. It's here, I won't show it to you, but everyone knows what an Arduino looks like, hopefully. Uh, Arduino Uno. There you go. Arduino Uno microcontroller board. Now, last time I used it was on my Windows PC, which then went boom. I'm never going to resurrect that. I can't be bothered with buying components for it. Had enough of all the Microsoft nonsense. So what I've done is I've installed. Just show you what I've done so far, and then we'll actually do something. So I went to the Arduino website and I installed the software to run the code locally. So I went to arduino.cc.en software and I installed this one here, the Linux 64 bits, the IDE version 1. They're actually working on a version 2, so I think, yeah, that's available, but for the sake of just getting back into the swing of things, I downloaded Arduino IDE 1.8. In a minute, we'll look at the code online, but really just what I wanted to kind of cover was connecting from Linux as opposed to connecting from, let me just zoom in on that, there we go. As opposed to connecting from Windows. Now, if you've got a Windows PC, you're probably fairly familiar with, or you might be familiar with connecting to an Arduino using, the USB, is it an A to C cable or an A to B cable? I can't remember what they're called. But yeah, USB powered, so you're actually providing the power to the Arduino via the USB cable straight from your PC. Still doing that here, this laptop I'm talking to you on. So if I go up to, to run the Arduino software, I needed to use sudo. I mean, you can go in and do all the clever Linux stuff and change the owner and change the group and all that, but just straight out of the box, you can run it, just do sudo Arduino. If you're running Linux Mint, where is it? It's under programming, I think. Yeah, Arduino IDE. So if you install it using sudo apt-get install Arduino. Ah, no, I didn't use. Oh, what did I use? No, it was an image. Anyway, I'm not. The purpose of this video is to actually just have a look around the new online IDE. But yeah, if you want to connect using the local software, then you go to Tools, and then if you go to, so board is the Arduino Uno there. So I've already checked. Click that radio button. And I had a problem last week where when I was checking the or choosing the port, instead of dev TTY USB 0, which is what you need to use if you're using it via USB on a Linux laptop, I only had dev TTY S4 available. Don't know why. On my old laptop I tried it and dev TTY USB was showing up and it worked. So then I came back onto this one today and I plugged into the USB socket on the back. I don't know if it was because of USB, there's only so much power you can draw via USB. I don't know, but either way, you want to find dev/TTY USB 0. Once you've got that, you can get some example code. If you go File, Examples, Basics, Bare Minimum, blah, blah, blah. You've got, I think it's, is it number 13? Yeah. So pin 13 on the Arduino actually has the built-in LED, so I'm just going to run that, just upload, so you get the green bar. When it was failing, I was getting some orange writing down there, and I was getting all sorts of error messages, but it's gone quite big now. Now I've zoomed in for you, but there you go. So that's what you should see when it's successful. So all you do is you just do upload. So really, the main things to consider are use Arduino Uno and choose USB. So that's all fairly straightforward, hopefully. Yeah, so what I've done, what have I done so far today? Yeah, so I came into Arduino CLI and software, and really, say I'm just slacking now, so I'm just gonna have a little bit of a guided tour around. I know as much about this as you do, really. So this is just a bit of an experimental, with a kind of a slant on using it on Linux. So if that's of interest, if it's not of interest, then apologies. I'll be back to some Python stuff soon, but I think it's often good to interface with real world things, IoT and all that. There we go. So this is verify and upload. Check if your code works correctly and upload it to your board. Oh, this is just like some kind of CSS overlay that this isn't the actual thing. Right, next. Yeah, so it's just telling you about the GUI. Serial monitor. Would you like to import your sketchbook? Okay, let's say yes then. You can also import your whole sketchbook. No, in actual fact, let's keep it clean. So keep it clean. I didn't mean it in that sense, but right. So select board or port. Search board Arduino. Uno, some way down, isn't it? Okay. And select. Okay, so I've chosen Uno. Select other board and port. So I've chosen the board, but I need to specify the port somehow. Just telling me where to put the sketches and so on. That's not what I need. Auto, verify and save. Busy. Preferences? No. Display sketch info? No. So can you actually transfer this to your Arduino from this? Let's Arduino Uno, select other board and port. Okay. Native USB programming. So let's go back to the, wow, there's so many options here. Oh, so maybe only certain ones can do the native USB port, is that right? So I can choose the, type it. Arduino Uno. So get a green tick. Select the board and port. I know what I want to see happen, but I don't know how to actually achieve that. So it's all fairly reminiscent of the main of the Standard manager for Linux. Manager. Set up. No, this is not what we want. Web editor. Loading Arduino Cloud. Oh, here we go. To upload a sketch via USB port, make sure the agent is installed and running on this computer. The agent, okay. Do you see the agent icon on your system tray? No. Launch the agent as you would do for any program on your OS, searching for Arduino Create Agent. You can also install the agent again and replace the old one. Alright, let's just try that then. Search for I don't think anything's going to show up, no. No, so let's install the agent. Welcome to the Arduino Create Agent installation. You're about to begin the process of downloading and installing the Arduino Create Agent. The agent will provide you with several features. Recognize Arduino boards and other supported devices connected to your USB computer. Upload sketches from your web browser to your boards via USB or through a network. Read data from serial monitor as well as write to it. Okay. This is all so nicely laid out and source code on GitHub as well. You need to download and install the Create agent to be able to upload sketches from Arduino Cloud to your board. Please note you have to be administrator of your system to install the agent. Okay. So Arduino agent saved to downloads. Unzip the installer and double click. Okay. Let's extract it. Extract here. Arduino. Arduino Create Agent. Allow executing is okay. So let's now do sudo Arduino Create Agent. Something's happening. Set up Arduino Create Agent. Forward. I accept the agreement. Forward, forward, forward. Finish. Oh, I think this was because it's probably timed out before I'd done it. I think it might work this time. Failing that. Oh, what's going on here? Could not find. Let's try run it again. I think I just need to actually, no, it is installed. I need to just run the agent itself. So, did it actually install? Let's go back here and let's do refresh. We were not, so I don't, this agent installer just didn't work, did it? GDK critical, GDK window Thor top level updates, blah blah blah. What's my other patch? My other plan for today was to actually try it in VS Code as well. I don't like being beaten though, so looking for installed agent and it won't find it because it didn't install correctly. So Arduino create agent. Let's just run that once more. Just check. Let's just see what really goes on. Just going to move that over there so we can still see what's going on as it's trying to install and probably fail. Why is it going into root? Let's put it in home. Arduino. No, not there. Right. GDK window. Let's see what this says. known issue on some versions of GNOME. Let's have a look at the source code on GitHub. So much work gone into this. Let's try this Firefox run. Arduino. Let's just copy and paste. Sudo. So this is terminated. It does not like GDK, does it? Arduino creates agents. Linux Mint. Let's try the software. What's the software manager called? Software manager anywhere? Okay. ARDUINO. Will it allow me to install? No, because it's not going to. I need to find it locally. program your Arduino from the command line. Wow, that's pretty cool. That would quite suit me, really. I don't like graphical user interfaces if at all avoidable. How do I run it? I don't even know if that was the same one that I just installed or not. Let's read this, shall we? Getting started. It's so nice just to open a file in Vim and then just send it. Arduino CLI. So it's only been around since 2018. This is good. You don't want some. It's okay. This is exactly what we want. The GUI is written in Java or something, isn't it? And this kind of. Why do you need it? There's some quite annoying music playing whilst I'm watching this. I don't know if I don't think you can hear it, can you? But if you like, you can even use it in your Go application as a library. Pro IDE. Right, good. Let's see how we can install this then. As an introduction, I want how to install it. You can install it on a Raspberry Pi. Use it to simply compile sketches targeting the board of your choice. So the web editor actually uses the back end to the web editor anyway. It says Pro up there. I don't know. Do you have to buy it? I don't want to get started. I just want to install it. I'm assuming it's not already installed. I'll look really stupid if it is. Sorry. Sorry if you're screaming at the video. No, it's not. Let's just do sudo apt-get install. This would be too easy, wouldn't it? I've never got the patience to hunt through loads of documentation. I just Google for what I think it should be called. And then say, although I'm running Linux Mint, it's kind of close enough to Raspberry Pi. Let's just follow the Raspberry Pi instructions. Sudo get update and upgrade. Yeah, let's do that. I know it's boring, but let's do it as per the instructions on the tin. Upgrade command not. Update. Oh, let's just do sudo get update. So that's already done, and then we'll do upgrades separately because it's that should have worked. I don't know. It's installing loads of LibreOffice stuff. Oh, really don't need all that. I used LibreOffice once in a blue moon. I don't know about you, but any form of Office really. If you use VS Code, there's a CSV viewer, and that's, to be honest, that's perfectly good enough for anything that I ever do when I'm programming. Or pandas. Okay, so next we're going to install the Arduino CLI. I think this could be good. Obviously, if you're from a 100% Python background, you must be thinking, wow, this is so much hassle, but the whole point is that Arduino uses compiled code, C code. With Python, it's not compiled. And obviously, Python is an interpreted language, and there are benefits to having compiled code. So, the compiled binary. Right, let's so it's going to go off and get from GitHub the Arduino CLI master installer. Okay, it says installed successfully. Let's try. Arduino CLI, you might want to add to your path. Okay. Oh, we have to do source. There we go. That's really important. That always catches me out. Yeah, if you do a reboot, it works as well. But yeah, you do need to do the source. Yeah, they say reboot, but you can just do as you saw me do there. You can just do source, then tilde / full stop BASHRC. This is doing it on a Linux Mint machine rather than a Raspberry Pi. So, create a configuration file. Arduino CLI config init. I'm just going to move that over there a bit. Take this. Okay. Who are you or? So it's created an empty YAML file. Now we need to create our first sketch to upload. There's some further configuration required. So for now, we will just create a basic Blink sketch in order to complete the configuration. Create a new sketch. Go ahead and enter the following command. It will create a new sketch folder within the current folder. For simplicity, I will stick to the Pi user home directory. Yeah, so I'm going to just stick with my current home directory that I'm running this from, which is home/rag. So let's put that there. And that was on top. So let's just do Arduino CLI sketch new. So Arduino CLI is the kind of the binary that we're running. Sketch is the command. New is kind of like, there we go. New is telling it to create a new sketch, sketch new. We're going to call it Blink. Sketch created. So let's now do, okay, so if we open that in Vim, I'm going to start using Vim now. It's the same as Nano really, if you've not used Vim before. It's, okay, there's more of a learning curve, but it's got more features, so to speak. So blink blink.ino. And you see, because we created a new sketch, it's already put the blank boilerplate code, as they call it. So let's, can we copy this? Oh, this is amazing. We can even copy it as well. So I'm going to copy all this and just, so in Vim, if you do insert, no, don't do insert, go GG, takes you to the top, then D, Shift, G, deletes everything, escape, and then do insert, and then do Control Shift V, and then we go, and then you do escape, and then you do Shift ZZ. There we go. That was quick. That's me showing off my intermediate Vim skills. So connecting to the board. All we did there was we took the code to flash the built-in LED once every second. So the void setup, that runs once. All that's doing is saying the output, you want to do the output with the built-in LED, and then you say that you want to write to the built-in LED, you want to set it to high, wait a second, and then set it to low, wait a second, and then it loops. So the void loop is kind of what will always run, and the void setup is just what runs the very first time. Let's do this then. Arduino CLI core update-index. We need to connect to the board and update the available platforms and libraries by entering the following command. Okay. Update index. So that's gone off to Arduino land and gone and got a list of packages. We can now search for the board, so it's a list of available boards. So obviously that gets updated as they add new models. So then Arduino CLI board list, and it's going off to Arduino, getting all of the board types and ting. Oh, it's already, so it's here. Look, you see this? It's already spotted that we're connected via USB. Board name, fqbn, fully qualified board name, maybe core. Little confession: this is not a genuine Arduino board, so let's just run that again. So it knows that it's there, but it just doesn't, unknown is the board name. In the above output, there are two boards connected to the, so yeah, this is the Pi instructions, obviously we're not on a Pi. The UART, no, unknown, there's nothing connected to it. However, you may notice that you also, list all, Arduino CLI board list all. In my case, we can look up the FQ. If you do not see your board listed, you will need to add the third-party core. Adding a third-party core. So because it's not recognizing it, if you're using a board that requires a third-party core, add the third-party core. Let's just follow these instructions and see where we get to. So it's built as a kind of a default boilerplate YAML file. Where do we get these URLs from? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to go to this URL. And then try and work backwards. I think I'm being, I think it's catching up with me that I'm not using an official board. Let's just core, Arduino CLI core update index. Now do list all boards. Board name fqbn. So you need an fqbn, which is presumably fully qualified board name. It's not really a third. Why did this not work? So this is what we would like to see. We are interested in the fqbn and core values. Okay, add fqbn for unknown Arduino Uno. Here we go, uploading to unknown Chinese boards. Yeah, I'm sorry, it is a Chinese board, I apologise. Once I get some money, I'll buy a proper one. Okay, so let's try this command. There we're on a Mac, but it doesn't matter, same command. Here we go. And then we want the AVR, I would think. So there we go, Arduino CLI core install Arduino AVR. So this is the information that it will need to, otherwise it doesn't really know what it's sending to. It'd be like me giving you the keys, some car keys, and saying, go move my car. But then you walk out into a car park and there's 50 cars out there. But this is actually giving you a key ring. Right, and then for mega stuff, and the mega stuff for fun, excuse me, I don't really care about the mega stuff, I don't think. So after realizing I had to recompile, I did Arduino CLI compile b Arduino Uno. Ah yes, so right here, what he's doing is he, she, they, whatever. That's the, I think we just need to put a blink there. And I don't know if that works or not. I didn't get an error message. Oh, that's compiled it. That hasn't, oh, that's compiled it. Has it actually uploaded it? So that's just compiled it. I think we need to now go back to the other instructions. And so yeah, flashing, upload. So This is where we need the fqbn, the fully qualified board name. So if we go back and board listall, hey, we didn't have that before. So we want the Uno. That looks distinctly Chinese to me. Uno, there we go. So port. Oh, that's where we need to use the USB 00, blah blah blah. So, no actual fact, I can copy that and plus 49, Mindelheim. Where the? I don't even know what country. Mindelheim, anyone? Sounds sort of German or Austrian, but. Right, let's just check the Bitcoin price while we're looking at the phone. $40,000. Okay. If you're watching this 5 years' time, you'll be dismayed. You'll either be amazed or glad you didn't buy it. So the FQD, which is the FQBN. So let's just write this out before we use it in anger. So the fqbn is this. So we want Arduino :avr :uno. So Arduino CLI upload -p dev, that's all correct, fqbn, and instead of that, yeah, so we need to paste in that and put that in over the top of that, and the file is still called blink. That was our example file. Don't worry, once all this is done, I will show you the Arduino. Just to, permission denied, so I just need to do sudo at start. Let me just make that full screen as well. Let's really go for it. In fact, there we go. Sudo Arduino -CLI upload -p, so that means the port. So the port is devices TTY terminal blah 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 USB 0 - fully qualified board name Arduino hyphen what they called :avr :uno blink password, and it's not found the command. Why on that? What is going on now? It's because I no, what is it because I'm using sudo? Yeah. And also I need to go to the correct directory, don't I? Okay. Because I was following this tutorial, I've kind of not been fully doing it my own way, so I've kind of lost the track a bit, the trail. Let's change into Arduino land. And where actually was blink? Let's oh, sorry, we will get there in a minute. Let's backtrack a bit. So where did we get to? We got to I'm just going to make a new sketch and call it Blink 2 because I'm getting in a muddle here. So yeah, so that yeah, I forgot it needed to be in the home/rag directory Blink 2. It creates the directory called Blink 2 and inside there. So okay. So I want to compile it first. Compile Arduino via Blink 2. So now it's compiled. And then I suspect I'll need to do the sudo command with the Arduino CLI upload Blink 2. Oh, and why is it not found? It finds it without sudo. Oh, this is where my Linux skills fail me. Permission denied. So you need to be root to do the uploads, but when you're root, because I've installed Arduino only for the userrag. Let's try it this way. No. Oh, because I've added it to bash. See, bash knows where it is for my local user, but it doesn't know where it is for the. Okay. Right. So let's try. Let's change the owner. Sudo shown. What happens here? Maybe you need the whole path to it. So sudo home rag slash. No. Alright, back to favorite search engine. Run Arduino CLI as user. Upload works as root, but not as user. Oh, dialout. Yeah, okay. Dialout. This dialout that uses TTY. So sudo add users rag. If your name's Bob, then you need to do sudo user add Bob to dialout. Now if we do sudo, no, we shouldn't even need to do sudo anymore. So let's just go for Arduino CLI upload dev tty usb link to. Okay. Do I need to log out maybe? We'll get there. Yeah, not found because it's only installed for me. Right, so I'll get back to that article. So I think that was the correct answer, but it's already 32. Yeah, you need to do some of this nonsense as well. Not nonsense. So add that user to the group, and then you also have to do a+rw. Yeah, he's logged out, logged in again as well. Right, let's just put this in the notes. Oh, didn't copy it. Copy. Right, let's put these two bits in. Let me just zoom in on these for you, sorry. So these are kind of the next bits to do. Let's just try it. This failed. Ah, that's done it without complaining. So, well, something's happened because my Arduino is not even blinking anymore. So, let's just go and check what Blink 2 was actually doing. Oh, come on. Vim blink 2.ino. Ah, it was empty. How did that happen? Because I made a new one, but I didn't put any code into it. Gross incompetence. Sorry about that. Right, now, so what we want to do is we want to go back, get a blank sketch. Right, I'm going to show you my Arduino in a second. And there we go. So G capital. Stop it. Right, let's just so this is the default, and I'm just going to make it flash a bit more than once a second. Let's change that to So that'll be 500 milliseconds on. Let's make that 300 milliseconds off. Control ZZ. Control L. And let's compile it. So we want to. Where's my code that I compiled it with? Here we go. Arduino -CLI space compile space -b. Then Arduino :AVR :Uno space blink2. And that's compiled. And then we want to upload. So run this. And I need to show you this before it kicks in, don't I? Yeah, hopefully you can see that. It's now flashing away. That seems to be really slow. Flashing. Let's just check it again. Is that sorry, type in 100 it. Oh, it was 3,000. Right, sorry about that. So it's going to stay on for 1 second and off for just under a third of a second. And so hopefully you can see that. And what I'm going to do now is compile, upload, and it should flash a bit quicker once it's compiled and uploaded. There we go. Oh, that was still. Yeah, so it stays off for a second, off for a third of a second, on for 1 second. So let's just change that again, one-handed. And do X there, and then replace that with 3. So now it should 0.3 of a second on, 0.3 of a second off. So if I compile that and then upload it, it should flash very right. So it's flashing it now, and there we go. It's done it already, and it's flashing. That's yeah. So it's 300 milliseconds on, 300 milliseconds off. So 1 cycle is 600 milliseconds. So that's still not ultra fast. So we can, let's just make that 100 milliseconds, replace that 100. Can't make it stupidly fast because the human eye won't see it, and you probably won't even see it on 25 frames per second either. But we can go down to this. This will be fine. You should see 4 frames at 25 frames per second. So let's do compile, upload, wait, and there we got it. It's flashing. So 100 milliseconds on, 100 milliseconds off. So that should be 5 flashes a second. Doesn't quite look that, but hopefully you can tell that something's happening. And yeah, there we go. So just go back to the notes. I'll put those back up there for you. And what did we do? We did, that was the really important bit that we found where the user. So let me just copy that. What they did was they did that. That was all they did. Core install Arduino :AVR. Oh, they did Arduino -CLI core search Uno. Just that finds kind of the name, and then once you've got the proper name, then you do the core install. So yeah, this was really what helped get us going. So yeah, thank you to Unix.com programming, and thanks for watching. Be back with something else next time, I guess. In the meantime, be nice.